a question about Jalen. Does he have the it factor? Does he know how to show up when it's big? He had 300 yards in the Super Bowl. But Smitty, if you look at the stats, a lot of that shit, he was +1 in that game, and he had 300 total yards in that game. He had a lot of rushing yards in that game. He had 2 rushing touchdowns, I believe.
He was balling though.
I know, but if you watch that Super Bowl, which we broke down, Shaun Salisbury and I, a lot of things he missed in that Super Bowl that could have actually won that game, that could have pulled the game away. And I just don't know. So your assessment of Jalen going into this year, Shaun, he's got a shit to get off the pot as well. Very similar to Dak, in my opinion. He had a down year last year, and now the book is out on him. Can he bounce back and prove the naysayers wrong?
Well, they've already paid him, so he's on the pot. He got a couple more shits left before they tell him to get out the bathroom.
Right.
I will say this: I think he's the rawest of the guys. Even he's more raw than Jaden, even though he's had success in NFL. And by that I mean he's not a natural thrower of the football.
No,
like, he's a super intelligent kid. He's great. He has great mental toughness the majority of the time. He has arm talent.
Great
if
father.
If I put him on the field in shorts, I think you'd probably be least impressed with Jalen.
Yeah, I agree. And Shaun Salisbury coaches him up here, out in Houston, and is real good friends with his pops, who's a coach. Pop's a great dude. I love the mental fortitude. Great family, mental fortitude of Jalen and everything that he's gone through. I love the fact that he has that in him. But I agree. He's got a lot of baseball in him, a lot of wind up, a lot of extended motion. Like I want to get rid of this right here, Shaun, because it's wasted motion. If we film it and I film you and put you on the clock, that 0.7 seconds that people don't realize or see as the common fan, it is a huge thing to us because that motherfucking ball in window in the NFL is very, very small. So from this right here to this right here is a huge difference. If I sock the wall in the release compared to wind up, cock, and release, it's a huge difference on a dig throw versus cover 1 or cover 3 in the hole versus in the quarter hole. Is a huge difference in a backer getting his hand on the ball because I wind up. And people don't want to realize that. I also wind up, Shaun. And what happens with Jalen a lot of times if you watch big games? Balls get batted at the line of scrimmage because of he's not the tallest. The O-line is bigger than him. So is the D-line. When you wind up, you allow D-linemen to put their hands up. And that's another issue right there that I would like to eliminate from him. Get that ball quicker. Get it out quicker.
And JB, where I think it really shows up is in his deep throws. I feel like that's where he struggles on balls outside the numbers down the field. And I think that kind of quarter release, that's where it hurts him because the trajectory is so different on the ball coming from that launch point. Like Phillip Rivers kind of used to get away with it. Like he was an outlier. Like, but that to me, that's where it hurts Jalen.
But
how tough is my fault, JB? Go.
No. I was just saying that Rivers 6'4", and he had the 3/4 release.
Right.
But the 3/4 release was here. Wait. It was like mine. It was Kurt Warner-esque, Trent Green-esque. By the way, Trent Green had a quicker release than Kurt Warner, contrary to everyone's belief out there. I played in camp with both of them, and Trent Green actually had a quicker release. He just wasn't as 3/4 as Warner, similar to what Rivers was. Rivers was 3/4, just didn't have the arm strength that Trent Green had. So it was a difference. It's a difference in this. This is a true elongated, over-the-top, slow, and I just don't know if this league is allowing that anymore, especially with RPO. I think it hurts him in RPO, Shaun, because if you're going to run RPO with a quarterback that's long, that is that elongated, you're wasting RPO. Why do it? RPO should be flash faking, like you know what I'm saying. It should be that. I think we're just trying to mesh two systems with the guy, and that's my point.
And to your point, now he's got his third coordinator in 3 years. Shane Steichen left after the Super Bowl year. They promoted Brian Johnson, and then they fired Brian Johnson. I got Kellen Moore.
Yeah. We'll see. Kellen Moore had a lot of success with Dak, so I mean, we'll see.
So did McCarthy. McCarthy.
Right. So we'll see. Real quick question for you guys before we move to the next one, though. How difficult is it at this point in your career to change your mechanics or to change your form to break those old habits?
Well, he'd have to be 100% behind it. The problem with it now is when you've already gotten paid and had that kind of success, the process to change it, every mistake that's made during that process, he's going to blame on you trying to change his throwing motion.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He's not going to look at it like Tiger, who had won all those majors and said, you know what, if I want to win this amount more, I've got to make this adjustment in my swing. And he was willing to deal with the failures to get where he was trying to go. I don't know if an NFL quarterback coming off that big a deal and a Super Bowl appearance, I don't know if he'll be receptive to that.